So obviously what you saw in that time lapse, I built this building. Now, obviously I've already shown everything that's inside the building, but just to get a ground level aspect, this right here is based off this picture right here. So I should be showing it up on screen right now. Obviously I've taken liberties. We didn't use copper, and we incorporated both the moss as well. So I ended up going into creative and just building the template out. And I initially built what the image was in copper. Then I was like, that looks weird. Ended up changing everything. And so now we have this cool gray moss thing, because this is our moss building. Because we need moss for a specific thing, aka trees. We need them for trees. So that's exactly why I made this building. And also, this allows us to fill out this little walk area, because this is the new texture we're going to decide to do. So we're going to have a little green part in the middle with some grass. I think I'm going to add some elevation, some brown wood to have everything flow a little bit better. I'm thinking of a design for the actual bridge, but so far I kind of like how this is starting to look. So our shop will be right here. Then I'll add some weird decoration in the back, so you can actually walk through the back alleyway. So that's actually pretty cool. Maybe add something over here. I don't know, like a little bathroom area. But yeah, I kind of like this building. Now, if we go upstairs, also technically nothing has been decorated yet. I just need to add the pots. There's nothing up here, so we need to definitely add something up here. I think I'm gonna put a villager over here. Maybe that nature villager. So he's over here, and I'll probably put a bunch of them so I can go up here and just buy wood from them. But I think the next building I'm gonna do over here is actually a trading villager hall. A very small one, because I do want to make a giant one eventually. Another update is the fact that I've added this little poster here. I have to where it says you are here. Now I should have edited it in like Clip Studio, but your boy's lazy. But this is pretty cool. As you can see, they're flying around. I don't know what terror is. He likes to be a terrorist. So, but he's here somewhere. But they do fly around, and they do fly into the glass like real life birds. I decided to extend out this part and have the bottom look a little bit more coherent. So everything is a little bit more connected still. So as you can see, this is how much gunpowder we have. And coal, you're probably wondering, huh? Where did that come from? Here! So I went into my super flat world and figured out how to have a really good storage system where it's like, oh, I could just go over there and pick it up. Because respectfully, this little depot version is ugly. So I ended up going ham. And what do I mean by ham? I mean having ample building in Minecraft. Building. So I ended up already making a bunch of buildings. So we have this building, which is, as I mentioned, actually I'll mention it. I think I mentioned it. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I cut out. I gotta make it really fast. This building on the bottom right is a stick building for the emeralds. Obviously you can see that is the bridge being built, and that is me touring the bridge. So I built the bridge in creative and the building on the right in creative. And we have two things already built. As you can see, we have our stick business. This is how we'll get the emeralds. And we have the bridge for the tall bridge. So this will be the design going on forward to that way. I will, in my off time, get villagers in here. But the funny thing is that beforehand, I was like, dang, I really don't know what to put over here. I do want to put important stores. So that's exactly why I built this, to get emeralds and sticks. But I need villagers. So next store will be a villager cleansing, because we actually have, if I head over here, I don't know where I found this, but we have a zombie villager spawner. So we could just have infinite villagers spawning. So a while ago, your boy traded with Dave, and Dave gave your boy a really OP sword. I believe it's got sharpness 6 and unbreaking 4. Actually, no, I think it's unbreaking 5. I really don't remember. We're about to see in a second. But yeah, I think it's unbreaking 4. Actually, no, it's unbreaking 5. Or it might be 6. It might be unbreaking 6. Technically, we really don't need that. But I ended up using it with the scarab gem. So now we have the ultimate legendary scarab sword. So yes, I ended up wasting my one scarab sword. I did for a while because I figured out how to do the custom recipes. As I mentioned pretty much in the past, we have custom recipe for lapis, trapdoors, and a new one for zinc. Zinc, if you crush coal, it will give you raw zinc, and then we have a way to get zinc. The reason why I have that in the game is because in a later version of Create, there's a mod which gives you custom recipes to make zinc. Since we're on the older version, it won't allow us to do that. But now we have all the scarab utensils. So they are coming out with scarab armor. So that's pretty cool. So we need to get more scarabs. But this is what it looks like. And it actually looks pretty cool. I do have a texture pack, so it makes it a little bit longer. Because normally it looks smaller. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Now, I just realized that this is only 7 minutes in this video. I thought there was way more time that I've wasted. So let's show off the new buildings that I've done. And we're here. And we're here. Yes, I've been going ham, as you can see behind me. And your boy's been doing a lot of work. So I guess we could just show off all that work. So as you can see, these are the previous buildings. The moss building, the sticks building, which you can actually see what it looks like inside. These nerds will be in here and we'll trade with them with sticks. Eventually we'll have them zombified. But how do we get them zombified, you ask? We have this building, which is our zombie villager building. So as you can see here, this is where we'll do all the zombie villaging stuff. The zombie villagers will come over here. We will open this door after cleansing them with the minecarts, and then eventually they'll come out here and we'll pick them up and put them in the building over there. But we actually need to go downstairs. So this is one of the teleporting blocks. This is also the other room. This is just to have it look fancy. This was a video. These are shelves and so forth. This room is literally just for we can teleport down there. And ta-da! So as you can see, we have a zombie spawner. We obviously have the villager spawner in our normal world, so that will go there. They will come over here and fall into here, and eventually come over here. They will get pushed over here because we are a normal human. Oof, I forgot that block. We got to put that block there. And we press this button. Oh, there's two minecarts. The minecarts go pick them up, and then they go to the top. This right here is a lever for the actual light. So surprisingly, this one light stops all the spawning. So if we turn that off, actually no, we're in peaceful now, but it works. Trust me. So then if we want to go up, we just jump. Next building is this building. We have a bee building, or a bee farm building. I don't know why I decided I wanted to do a bee building. The whole purpose of all of these things is to have a reason to go inside these buildings. So obviously this is the moss building, so we can get moss. This is how we're gonna get money. And also, to be honest with you, this kind of looks like a bank. So this is the bank building. We'll have a loan. I think I'm at a giant vault right there, but I don't think I can due to the stairs being there. But this is our honey building. This whole time I've been like actually manually turning the knob and switching the direction. Turns out if you crouch, it does it. I didn't know that. Saw it in the video. This is the bee building. This is a random contraption I looked up on the YouTubes. It should be showing like on the screen right here. This is our build. Obviously, I just copied all this part, and then up here is all the different parts. But this looks all nice and roomy. So these are just display bees, and then up here is actually all the work. So they're just pipes connected to the honey blocks or the honey hives, which then will come over here, and we'll do everything that way. So I forgot how this all works, but it's pretty much it is. We have a new building block and a building structure. The goal with this whole, I guess, main street, because that's in reality that's what it is to have different buildings to, you know, spice up the fact that we need more building types, because everything looks like kind of the same. So that's why everything has a different color palette. But this looks amazing. We had some random decor outside. This is a chimney, and we got graffiti on the back. Someone graffitied us. So. But that's pretty much it. So I will actually just cut to the part where it's doing the time lapse. Getting the resources is not, I mean, it's not that hard. It's just building blocks. And I attempted to make everything with easy building blocks. The only thing that was suck about this one is the fact that it's the blue brick. So we need blue dye. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Also, look, solar panels. All right. As well as that, not only that we're going to build that, we're also going to build these trees. Now, these are custom trees I've created. I don't think I have the original video of me making them, so I'm just going to do a quick example real quick. So we have obviously the tree stem. Now, as you can see, this is a copycat wall and a copycat fence. This is to add texture. Also, as soon as you go higher up, the tree gets skinnier, just kind of like some real life trees. The blocks that we'll be using, both is just spruce leaves, because eventually I just like spruce. So spruce leaves are the ones that are abundant, as well as moss, because we have the moss building producing our moss. So, and this adds texture to the actual building. Now, I will also preference, I'm not an expert at building, But I'm definitely not bad at building. But also, I'm not an expert at doing trees. But I would also say I'm not even good at doing trees. These two trees, this right here is from Pinterest. That's from Pinterest. And I'll get to that in a second, but I'm trying to get this really fast. So pretty much what I've decided to do was obviously just have texture going up. So we have spruce, log, wall, and then eventually the fence. At the very top, you simply just press, you just put a square. And it's all right, bang, square. You go down by one, and you do a square on the opposite side. So the whole time, you're just doing squares. And the whole point is to basically just do a full rotation down. So this one's right here. We just do it on this side. And then we'll do it on this side. And the whole time you're skipping, you know, pretty much the spaces there. You can then, you know, change it up if you want to. But the reason why we're doing it this way initially is because once you get at least a functioning there, you can kind of see, oh, this has an outline of a tree. Then you go in and you just connect everything. So at this point, it's just sporadic. Whatever looks nice to you, you just go in and combine everything, make it look more coherent and connected. So now it looks like a giant line, but that's the benefit of breaking things up. So you would go in and pretty much remove all the cube aspect of the tree. Have no hard edges. Some parts you can, but you know, near the top you kind of want it to thin out, as it is a tree at the end of the day, and it gets skinnier at the top. You also don't want to have any single blocks floating. That looks kind of weird. And like for instance, that looked a little weird. There we go. Then just to give this inspiration, once you get down to the middle, you can start adding excess on the outside. And then at some point, you would just go in with moss and switch everything up. So don't have moss at the very top. It just looks weird. So just go in and have moss everywhere. And so far, actually, that looks a little bit weird. We'll break that one up and I have a moss block right there. Leave. This is too far out. Actually, this is a little bit too aggressive. We need to have this connect a little bit more down here. We'll break this time being. There we go. So it's a little bit lopsided. We need some over here. This is too much moss. There we go. So it's starting to get the dimensions of a tree. And then at random points, you will just go on with the copycat blocks and extend out. So add like random branches going each way. So this is just an example. But the whole point is just do randomness and just do the spiral all the way down. As you can see, I did here. So we have small, goes up a little bit, curves, and then goes up to the very top. So let's actually get to that point of the video. It's already been 4 minutes. What if I told you that I did a few things? Productive things. Oop, we're down here. Well, as you can see, I've deleted the world. I'm just playing. It'd be chilly of me. Can I look up? Why is it? Oh, press the wrong button. As you can see, we're in the endless void. Oh, what is that? Oh, what? It's like a horror game. We must investigate. Whoa. It looks like a lumber mill. This looks so cool. Wow, who built this? It was I. I built this. Yes! As well as the trees, which I've already done. I've also built this lumber mill. Now, all this stuff isn't creative yet. None of it's in the dinosaur world. Except for some of the trees. I've already done some of the trees. But the good thing about doing the dinosaur stuff and not rushing everything is the fact that we have problems along the way. Problems that we need to fix. So, when your boy wants to make trees, what does he need? He needs leaves. So then he builds a lumber mill. But we need moss too, so we make a moss thingy. Well, we need emeralds because we need to buy lanterns. So we make a stick building. We also need cheap villagers for that stick building. So we make a zombie villager building. You get the gist. So this is what this whole room is. This right here is the one section of the top part. Majority of this is decorative, so there's literally no purpose of it being here, just to fill in the space of the void. I built this in creative, obviously, so because that's what I do majority of my builds. I do kind of feel bad, mainly just because majority of the stuff that I built in creative, you won't see me build in game, but that's also because I'm using the schematic cannon, which technically takes away from the building aspect. I really don't know if anyone enjoys that. I also don't get my videos out to a lot of people, so it really doesn't matter at the end of the day. It's what I want, but your boy wants to make good content anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So this is what this place looks like, and we have the other side, which is just random materials, both coal for like fuel and random cogs in the building and barrels. And we have this underground area, which once we actually put it in survival world, we'll have an elevator. So let's go down there. Whee! Ta-da! We are here. I don't know why everything's so gray. I don't know why it's so. I think it's because we're like below the normal surface world. But this is the lumber mill, and this is the new storage I like because it looks really cool, and it's based off the stuff that's in the factory. So it goes into the iron thingies, which has chutes. Oop, wrong one. Oop. Oh, you can see it over there. There's a chute over here. So it goes into a smart chute. This smart chute will have a filter once we actually get into the actual survival world. So this barrel will have leaves in it, and then this barrel will have the logs in it. So, and there's 6 because there's 6 wood types. Now, technically, there's the actual like fossils and archaeology wood, but to be honest with you, that wood is ugly. Oh, there's a cockroach. Get out of here! Get out of here! Nope, I'll go back to normal mode at this point. So we have just a random drill with picking up iron, because the iron is used to do the industrial work. Let me close all this off. Close that off. Then we have this random andesite thing, just for decoration. A pastry told me to put this here. So we have that. And then we actually have the meats and greets of everything else. So if we press 7, as you can see, this is the lumber mill. This is basically the creation I have done. I'll just focus on one for the time being. Everything else is identical, just repeated. Now, I accidentally did the wrong size. This is supposed to be bigger. So they're supposed to have an additional saw and then the barrel, but I did the dimensions wrong. But it still works the same way. You would just have to do for some of the trees, you would have to skip some. So it'd be sapling, or it'd be spruce sapling, nothing, it'd be a filter of nothing, so it doesn't plant anything. Oak, or spruce sapling, and then nothing again. And then for oak, it's just oak, 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 oak. Either way, so people have only made tree farms using that exact build that's over there. Actually, we should probably turn that camera. They've only made like the small version, so they wouldn't have the stuff that's all the way up here, all these saws. But your boy doesn't want to just have a tree farm. Oh, hopefully I don't fall off. Your boy also needs leaves, and leaves are important. And when I looked up crate leaves, only one guy had it, but he also had like the mod where like all you need to do is connect like blocks for storage, and your boy doesn't like that mod because I feel like it's a little bit too overpowered. I know we have guns and like other stuff, but you know, your boy has its own limits. Either way, we have it this way now. Now I know it's all ugly looking, but that's just because I use dirt, because that's what I do in all this world. So ignore the fact that there's a bunch of trees placed here. As you can see, it would plant the saplings, a tree would grow, it would harvest the plants with the little harvesters, and then it would get the tree. And this is what the outside, there's nothing up here. This is what it's gonna look like. I think I'm gonna now, I will do this. The only issue now is that I don't know where to put this, so we need to figure out where to put this. So we now have 4 shops. This is obviously it's in shaders as well as the bridge, and to continue the bridge will later on. It's not words, but you understand. So we have the actual villager cleansing station. So if we go over here, this is where the villager will come up. The zombie villager, we'll throw a thing on here once we do the math and the fractions and jazz. And then we'll take him out here, walk him all the way over here into the bank, where he will get a job, lock in, aka clock in. This right here is just for detail. But we have this room. This is just like another decoration room. But down here is where it's all happening. Everything's set up just like I mentioned already. The light is on, so none of the zombies are coming. But if I were to turn that off, as you can see, we get 2 villagers. And they will come over here. I do need to fill this up with stuff. So, and I probably have to fix that up. But, you know, that's how that works there. Oh, I forgot to go from here. Stick store, aka the bank. We'll fill that in later. I also decided to add greenery on this side. I probably need to add some bone meal, which I'll do later. But I had to gradually go in, and I've kind of started doing this weird texture because the majority of it was just stone, and it kind of looked weird. So we have that going on with some of the green going in there. Obviously, we have the moss building, I've already mentioned, and we have the bee building, which has random bees around. I have this so I can get honeycomb, but as of right now, we are still getting honey. So I also realized that I need honeycomb for waxing stuff, so in reality this is pointless, but I'm gonna do a thing where we have a custom recipe for just the honeycomb, from turning a bucket of honey into honeycomb. So as well as that, I would just preference, I've added a recipe for glowberries in regards to glowstone dust. So if we get a glowstone or glowberry, we can smash it into glowstone dust. So we'll need to make a glowberry farm, which could possibly be this one. But this is Main Street. I like how it looks. It looks really snazzy. And I think it looks cool. Now this episode really didn't have any dinosaurs in it. But actually it did have the Pteranodons in the beginning. But technically those aren't dinosaurs. Are they dinosaurs? You boy, it's been so long. No, they're not dinosaurs. They're flying lizards. I know my stuff. I'm not a fake. I'm not a fraud. Anywho, this video didn't really have a lot of dinosaurs in it. It did have a Pteranodon and the occasional fish. Look at them over there. But this episode was mainly just the Main Street stuff. So, other than that, I think that'd be pretty much it. Next episode will actually be 2 things. I will guarantee that. Actually, you know what? I won't guarantee that. I'm not gonna lie to you. We will be doing, possibly, the law mill. The law mill? This is where we'll study law. The sawmill. So I have that building up. And either the moose enclosure or the bison enclosure or both. Or a super secret 3rd. Actually, wait, 4th option. Your boy's not that bright, so. I don't remember. Yo, words are hard, you know that? They're hard. Your boy struggles. What's wrong with words and struggling? You know what I'm saying? Anywho, that is it. I prolonged this enough. With that sun. Well, with that random bamboo thing over there. Weird. Other than that, that'd be pretty much it. I think in my off time, aka once I stop this recording, I will do the stuff for the villagers and have everything set up and probably start building the glowberry farm. Pretty sure it's simple. I'm pretty sure I could just do the basic like Minecraft sugarcane farm, but with glowberries. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Like and subscribe for more content like this. Hope to see you in the future. Have a majestic day.